So I'm teaching at Pima, right? And I've got 129, 129, and 265. So I'm teaching 3 classes. And then I'm coaching at St. Peter and Paul. Track right now. That's my other job. And then I'm announcing at South Point. And that's basketball and volleyball and track. That's 3 jobs. And then I'm singing with Katie and Ray. And we have a singing gig coming up, the opera, Arizona Opera. This is crazy. They want us to sing for 1 hour because they're having some kind of opera that's about the Wild West. So they want us to play country music, which we do a lot of country. And for 1 hour, they want to pay us $500. And normally we get paid like $200 for 2 hours, or $250 for 3 hours. So it's like, that's good money. Let's see, what else? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm also a contractor with, what's it called? I'm doing GIS contracting occasionally. What the hell is it called? I forgot the name of it. It's back in Baltimore. But I haven't been doing that. I was stupid because I kind of like worked myself out of a job by being honest. Like I had this Python script that I wrote these people wanted me to like do all this GIS work every month, and it was basically to calculate how, where their trash trucks would go and pick up trash and garbage and stuff like that. And I automated the whole job. They had written this SOP, standard operating procedure. It was like 14 pages long, and I'm like, this is stupid to go through this by hand every single time. So I wrote a script to automate the whole thing. And I made the mistake of, so I could run the whole thing, and I was getting paid about maybe, I want to say like 500 bucks to do that every month. And it only took me an hour to run. And then I made the mistake of telling them that I modified and I automated their script, their process. And they said, oh, well, can you give me all that code that you wrote?
No.
And I'm like, yeah. And then now they're doing it instead of me.
That was your tool.
Stupid. So yeah, I think these are the only jobs I've got right now. But I'm still working for this guy. He actually called me and said, I've got more jobs for you. And I said, I'm too busy. I don't have any time. And then I'm taking 3 classes too.
Guitar.
I'm taking guitar and DCT 105 and 132. This is basic construction, and this is HVAC.
Oh.
And this is construction. I told you guys that like once you're adjunct faculty, you can take classes for $15. Like total, $15 total for as many classes as you want. It's not 15 per class, $15. And my wife can take classes for $15. So she's taken sewing classes at the West Campus.
Do you like staying busy, or how do you find yourself with multiple jobs and classes?
I like to stay busy, yeah. I like to stay busy. Because once I retired, I was like, what am I going to do? And then now I'm busier than I was when I was working. So, yeah, I do like to stay busy, but I do have to say no sometimes. That's the problem, saying no. Or turning down money. I like to make money too, right? But I like to sing. I would sing gigs even for free, but my partner doesn't want to do any gigs for free. She's like, oh no, I need to make money. So
Guess
But
they
I have
call
like
it-
three other partners that I can call to sing with me, and they would do it for free because they just like it. And there was a blind girl that I was teaching a couple years ago, Mariana, if anybody knows her, she goes to piano, and she wanted to sing with me, so she came out to a gig and we worked up a couple songs. So I let her sing with me, and then I gave her some money, so she was real happy about that. Totally blind.
It sounds like quite a sensation to not be able to see the audience and interact with them that much.
Yeah, she's, and then there's a guy in my class right now, in the 105 class, and he's really almost blind, almost fully blind. So we were in a group together, and I was like, do you want me to do the sighted guiding? So I learned about sighted guiding, like a blind person, they grab onto your elbow, and then you walk, and then they just follow you like that. And I was like, do you want me to do the sighted guiding for you? His name is Ethan. And he's like, no, I got it. And I had him pushing this little wheel that was measuring, we had to measure how many bricks were in this walkway. And he was pushing it, and he was like running into it. And stuff like that. But he got it, he was doing good. There's probably more jobs I just can't think of, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's
I did have another job, I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't think now. I had a, yeah, there was another job I was doing. And I'm also on 4 committees in Winter Haven. So that takes a lot of time too. I've been there like 30 years. All right, so should we try to rewrite this guy?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna rewrite this, right? And instead of, what I'm gonna do is copy this. I'm gonna save it as something different. Save as, and I will say theater 2.5, whatever. Okay. All right, so we've got our main, we've got our sentinel. Okay, so now, what are the things that we want in this, I should have copied the, I kind of remember what we want though, so. What is this one? Okay. I'm gonna copy some of these, okay, so this is the way I did it. Oh, I had Squid be my sentinel, okay. So section A.
Oh, the theater is lab 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, is this it? No, this is,
The dice game.
that's the dice, okay. All right, so there's our main, so we want sections, right? And I'll leave my sentinel, we don't need I don't think we need a low, high, or this. Okay, so we have sections, I'll put sentinel up here. And then what else do we have? Price per section, right? Let's see, I'll just say price per section A equals, is it 20? Can you guys remind me?
Oh, section A? Yeah, it costs $20 each for section A.
And B was what, more?
B was $15 each.
15?
Yes.
Oh, so B's the cheaper seats.
And then section C costs $10 each.
10, okay, good. So we're setting up all of our constants now. And then we also want to know price per section. Oh, and the number of seats available, right?
Yeah.
So let's create those values. So we'll say num seats section A. Could you remind me, Tony? You probably have it.
Yes, there's 300 seats in section A.
Okay, and B,
Section B has 500 seats.
And C?
200 seats.
Okay, good. So now we're getting that. Okay, cool. Okay, so now, we got that. I think that's all we got. And then we wanna print out a message, right? Like we wanna say, and we wanna make this a string. So I'll say, welcome to my theater. We have, and this one I'm gonna do formatted. We have 3 sections. A, and remember A is just the letter A, or, oh, that's section A, okay. Section A. Section B. I'm doing formatted print, remember, and section C. Okay. And what else do we have to say? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Welcome. Oh, I think I know what I did. Okay. Let me make this, can you guys see it if I make it a little smaller? There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, let's do it this way. That should work. Okay, and then let's say welcome message 2. And was it something like the price per seat in section A? Is price per seat section A. So something like this. And welcome message 3 would be this. And I could just change it to be, oh, and then I could also tell how many seats there are with num seats. Okay, and then I'm just going to change all these A's to B's. And this will be message, it's 3 and 4, whatever. Change these to C. Okay, looks pretty good. All right. So we've done everything that we're supposed to do is kind of like put everything in constants. So, and then we're calling them in here. And then I could just say print welcome message 2. This isn't the most elegant way to do it, but okay, so I should have main down here. Let's just see if this even works so far. I'm gonna run this, not debug it. Low is not defined. Oh, so okay, so that worked. Welcome to my theater. We have 3 sections: A, B, C. Price per seat in A is 20 for 300 seats. Okay, that's looking good. All right, so there's our little welcome message, right? So that looks good. Okay, so here I'm going to say, instead of get password, I'm going to say get seats. Right? We don't, so I'm going to change get password to get seats. And what do we want to pass this thing? We want to pass it to Sentinel for sure, right? Let me take a peek at my other code real fast there. See how I did this before. Okay, that looks good. Printed it, yeah. And then I called it get ticket sales, okay. Okay. Ticket sales, okay, all right. Oh, and I see what's going on. All right, so this is what I did. All right, let me copy some of this stuff and I'll paste it over there. this is get ticket sales. Yank that, paste it here, okay. So I'm just making a call for that. And this is my function, right? Okay. Oh, I see what's going on, okay. So then, how many were sold in section? Okay, so I say done is false. And I'm gonna say get valid number, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna keep calling this get valid number for each number of seats sold in section A, section B, print the subtotal, then section C, print the subtotal, okay. So I need Sentinel. Oh, we don't need this. There's get seats, okay. I don't need this. I'm gonna delete this stuff for now, okay. But we do need to get, okay, here's our is invalid, we do need this. Okay. And this is called get integer. And I remember this one was my integer equals input, right? And we said return int if this works. It works, otherwise we say my int is not a valid integer. Please try. Get integer. Yeah. Okay, so that's the key for that then. Alright, it's looking good. Alright. Okay, so we're calling it ticket sales. And then we've got a print. Let's see, let me see what I did last year. Called get ticket sales. Oh, so get ticket sales must print. Oh, it does, okay. And then prints the overall. Okay, so it does everything in get ticket sales. Okay. All right, let's try something. Make sure my from last year actually runs. Okay, what if I put in a space? Not valid enter, a dollar sign. That's good. ABC. Good. What if I put 1? Okay, 1. You finish inputting, type quit, okay? You have sold $20 worth of seats in section A, okay? Overall sales is 45. Okay, so this actually does work. Okay. Okay, so let's take a peek at this one then. And see what I did. Okay, so all I did was write one function in this one, get ticket sales, and it does everything. It says done is false. How many seats sold in
Well, that's
section?
Thank you.
Syntax. That's my message. Okay, so now I'm passing the message, section A. So this, how does it see section A? Oh, because, okay, I see what I did here, guys. These are global in this program. I put these above everything and I made them global in this one. So these constants are visible in every function. So that's why it's working. I wrote this a little different last time. Okay, so it does work. So I'm calling get valid number and then print subtotal. Get valid number, and I'm passing section B now, num seats, below, and a sentinel. and then number of seats sold section C, and then I'm printing a subtotal. Then I'm asking, are you done? If you're done, then I jump out of this while loop. And then I print, wait a second. Done is true. Then I print and exit, yeah. Right, so I'm always gonna print. Okay, so here's the get valid numbers right here. And you can see I passed it the message, the section, the num seats, and low is what again? Oh, is 0, okay. So I don't want to be below 0, okay. I'm passing it low and the sentinel, okay. So now I gotta go look at the function is invalid. Right here. Is invalid. Okay, here's where I can check for all these things. And I'm just checking for 3 things. I'm saying, if the new value is sentinel, then I'm gonna return false. And that means I've hit the sentinel and I want to print out. If I'm greater than num seats, return true. Will I pass in high there? Oh, num seats for that section, okay, right. So if it's greater than num seats for that section, I'm returning true, which is bad. Or if it's less than low, which is 0, that's bad. Otherwise, I return false, which is good, yeah. And then here I'm just gonna print the subtotal, the number of seats, the section, and the cost per seat. And the subtotal is the number of seats times the cost, multiplying that, and then I do a 4-minute print. You have sold the $ subtotal, 0.2F worth of seats in section by selling num seats at cost per seat, yeah, per seat, there you go. Okay, that's looking good. That prints the subtotal, and this prints the overall total. This is where I add up everything. The num seats in one section times the cost per that, plus the number of seats sold in B times the cost per B, plus the number of seats sold in section C times the cost per C, section C. That's my overall total. And then I have the subtotals, and then I just do various print statements here. And that's it. Change this one to get integer. Yeah, so that's just gonna make sure I get a good integer. So the good thing about doing it like this is, say I wanted to add a section D, which is one of the things they're asking. So if I wanted to add a section D, I just put section D here. Let's add one. Cost per section D. So these are the real dirt cheap. These are way up high, section D. There's only 20 and they're $5. These are student seats. So then I could just have a welcome message 5 here. Section D seats, number of seats, section D at a price. Whoops, daisy. D and cost seat D. Okay, and then I want to print out welcome message 5. Okay. And then all I have to do is add 2 more lines here. Copy that, paste it here. Change the C's to D's. So all this work of writing these big, long constants is paying off now. Because I just can change every C to a D, and I've added a brand new section. Now we just have to do